Hi, my name is Lewis Jones, and today I would like to talk to you about reaching potential customers through social media. The topics that I will be talking about are content curation, what is it and how can you use it for your business, and engagement. How do you use it to engage with your customers and followers on social media? And did you know that 31% of all customers expect companies to post some sort of content online? Content curation. So what is content curation? Content curation is the process of collecting, organizing, and displaying information that is relevant to an idea or an area of interest. As you can see from this little picture, it shows very easily how content curation is achieved. You simply find really good content, you consume that content, you add your own thoughts to it, and then you share that with your community. So how can you make content curation easier? There's many different ways that you can do it. The most common are collaborative filtering, which is the process of looking at previous likes, comments, shares, and posts of your consumers, and then posting relevant information and articles that relate to those similar posts. Semantic analysis is the process of looking at the categories and subcategories that users in your community like and are interested in, and then posting information that's relevant to those subcategories. Social rating is for services like Clout, which have an algorithm which determines your effectiveness of communication and engaging with your community, and this can show you how effective your content curation is. There are many different apps and services that you can use to do content curation, and there's a few newsletters, and you can also use Google Alerts, which I will go over. So the apps and services that you can use to make content curation easier include Curata, the Tweeted Times, Addictomatic, and Clipscene. Curata is a database online of all sorts of content, and it's all pre-curated for you. So it's very easy to go in, search for what you would like to look for, find that, and then share it straight from there. The Tweeted Times make it very easy for you to copy and paste tweets that are informational and interesting to your community very simply through their website. Addictomatic is another search engine similar to Curata, however it displays information relevant to topics that you choose. Clipscene takes the information and posts all the content in a magazine style display, so it makes it much more attractive to look at and very easy to find the things that you'd like to look for. Other services in Google Alerts that you can use to make content curation easier are such sites like Pinterest, which is another social media platform which allows you to only post pictures with very brief descriptions underneath them. However, the pictures link back to your site or landing page that you choose. This makes it very easy for you to sell retail goods over Pinterest because you are able to redirect people directly from picture to site so that they can complete their order. Pinterest also allows you to lay out all of your information and all of the articles that you would like in the content in a very attractive manner, and it's very easy to read on all devices. Feedly is another website which displays all of your content and all of your articles in a news feed very similar to Facebook. This can be very handy just simply because it's very easy to use and it feels very familiar. Storify will take all of the articles and the information and it will turn it into more of a story. So it will sort of add a little bit here and a little bit there, and it'll make it flow into a beginning straight through to the end. So that can be very useful for a more engaging post, but it all depends on what your main target is for your campaign. And Google Alerts is very handy as Google monitors everything on the internet, more or less, and you are able to select certain people, items, companies, almost anything that you can think of, you can put into there, and when Google gets notified that something has been added or published on the internet that relates to that key item that or keyword that you've selected, you will receive an email that tells you about the article, and it will also provide a link to the article so that you can read the full thing. So that's very useful if you want to stay up to date on relevant information in your own field. Alright, so we'll move on to audience engagement. You're probably wondering, how do I engage with my audience at the moment? Well, it's very simple. It's just simply through posting. So post relevant content. This is what your consumers want to see. This is what they need to see. As long as it's interesting to them, they will continue to engage with it and they will continue to grow with your company. Using the images that you have or getting new ones, taking pictures and just posting them regularly is a great way to increase your engagement, simply because pictures have the greatest response on social media. They generate many more comments, many more likes, and a lot more shares than just text. So always try to post pictures. Try to keep your posts short, so don't use too many words. The ideal Facebook post is anywhere between 40 to 60 characters. So that's in general about 6 to 10 words. So you have to be very careful and selective as to how you choose what you're going to say, but you have to make it to the point and interesting. Try not to post too many times. Try to post 3 to 4 times a day, and try to post at peak times when your customers are the most active on Facebook or the social media that you're using, because this is going to really boost the chances of them seeing those posts and interacting with them. And try to follow the 1 in 10 rule. This rule simply means that for every 10 posts that you do, 9 of them should be about the community, news, or something that is interesting, relevant to your customers, and only 1 post should be about self-promotion. So talking about yourself and getting people to try to buy from you or what your goal is. So as long as you follow those posts, you're going to have engaging posts and you're going to have good engagement. So you're probably wondering, am I not already engaging with my existing customers? The ugly truth is no. Only about 10% of your audience is actually seeing what you post online. So in order to boost this, you can use paid advertising, or you can try to get more engagement by posting more interesting posts and information. Post more pictures and try to post more about the community and make yourself a resource. Because this is going to really help the community see you as not just a company, but somewhere that they can go to get the information that they need. The paid advertising is just simply through the platforms for the social media. So through Facebook ads, through Pinterest, or through Twitter. It's very easy to promote your posts, create ads for the sidebars, and other such things like that. And that really does help boost your engagement, and it also gives you insights so you can see how effective those ads are. So you've probably asked yourself in the past, how do I interact with my potential customers? How do I get them to notice me on social media? Well, there's 3 ways that you can do this. You can use paid advertising, as I mentioned before, and go through the social media platform and pay for them to advertise for you. Or you can use Google ads, which is a lot more complicated, which you may need to hire somebody to set up and monitor. But both are very effective at producing results and growing your customer base. You can use interactions and engagement, or social or organic advertising. This simply means that when somebody in your current customer base likes or shares something on your page or your social media profile, it then shares it to their friends and shows their friends that they have liked your company or interacted with them. So that's one way to not pay for, but get more exposure online. Search and profile optimization essentially means that you just complete your profile 100% and add in every little bit of detail that you can and fill out every single field that the profile offers you to fill out. This just simply makes it so that the customers don't have to go anywhere else to find information about your company. Everything is just in one place, and your company is then a resource on that profile page so that customers can come and find anything that they need there. So you're probably wondering, what is the connection? How do content curation and engagement connect with each other? Well, it's quite simple, really. The better that your content curation is, and the more interesting and the more targeted your posts are online, the more that people are going to engage and interact with you as a company. So the engagements that you gain from that content, they provide insights so that you can then see which content is most effective, so that you can then strengthen the content that you put online. This is very effective, and it ends up creating a catalog of all information that your customers really want to see. And it makes it very easy for new customers to come and not feel like they're being pressured to become a customer. They just naturally fall into the process of becoming a customer. So having a very good content curation means that your exposure and your content and your social engagement is going to be much, much stronger than other people's. So a content curation success story is Good Greens. And this is a health food company that produces very, very good tasting health and nutrition bars. It was founded in 2011 by Keith Pavley, who was required to write a business plan for his university course, and he was partnered up with a physician. And during the course of writing this business plan, he noticed that every single bar that the physician was recommending to his customers and prescribing tasted absolutely terrible, even though it had everything that they needed in it. So he decided that he was going to go a different route with his business plan, and he was going to create a company that made very good tasting nutrition bars. And he actually succeeded in 2012, and he blew the minds of everybody who was in his competition. So this here is Mr. Pavley. And when he started, he didn't have much in the way of a marketing budget. So what he decided to do was he was going to pay some bloggers to review his product and to put him online. And he asked them to be as brutally honest as they could be. And it actually turned out to be very, very successful for him. In 2012, 2013, his nutrition bars became the number 1, 2, and 3 selling nutrition bar in the area for Chicago and Seattle. So this is massive because within only 2 or 3 years, his company has gone from a fledgling company to a front runner for his particular industry. And the key to his secret was making his bars that have over 40 natural antioxidants in them and 3 probiotics taste like a chocolate bar and not like a nutrition bar like his competitors. So this really set him apart. And when the bloggers reviewed him, they took the chocolate bars and they didn't realize that they were only nutrition bars. They thought that they were candy. That's how good that his chocolate bars are. And so through the bloggers giving him such a good result and a good review on their blogs, it brought in so much more business and it made him rise through the ranks of his competition. A couple of local examples around Frontenac County and in Kingston are Felicity and Fritz and Seed to Sausage. Felicity and Fritz uses their social media posts to educate their customers and to keep them up to date on all the latest fashion and the latest information that pertains to them. They also use it to run sales and contests and also to increase the engagement through those because the contests are very effective. They simply get people to like or share their content or picture, and then they're entered in and they have to comment at the bottom, and then they just pick a winner out of the comments. So it's very easy for users to enter, and it's just fun for everybody, and it also increases awareness and exposure and engagement for your company. Seed to Sausage, they use it to promote their partners like locally and around the Frontenac County. So they're always posting news and articles that relates to not their company, but other companies that carry their products or help them to produce their product. So they've created a very cohesive social media environment where you can go to find out almost anything on any company that is related to Seed to Sausage. So it's a very, very good use of their posts to increase their exposure that way. They also run information and anything that is related to their products through their posts. So they keep their customers very up to date on what is happening with them as well. So to recap our little presentation, for content curation, it's not a scary thing. It just is a scary word for simply gathering and adding information to a topic or an article that you've found. It's simply you have to relate it to what your customers want to see, and you have to use services and Google Alerts in order to stay up to date and on top of everything in order to strengthen your content curation. For engagement, keep your posts very short, sweet, and simple. This is going to make it very easy for your customers to read them, be engaged, and to share them. Always use pictures as they're the most effective way to have engagement come naturally. And try to become a resource for your customers so they don't have to go anywhere else. They can just come straight to you and find out what they need to know. And try to be approachable. Try to be human. This is the easiest way for customers to be scared away, is to feel that you're just this big mechanical corporation that is just out to make them into a customer. If they feel that you're more of a human presence, then they're going to be more approachable, they're going to be more friendly, and they're going to want to be a customer of yours. And you have to be interesting. If you're not interesting, then your customers are just going to simply scroll past your posts and they will not engage with you. So just to give a couple of best practices to make it a very easy way to curate content and to get exposure and engagement with your customers, use the 1 in 10 rule, where you only post 1 out of every 10 posts is about yourself and the other 9 are content that is relevant to your consumers and it's things that they want to see or news. Always try to keep it short and sweet, but always try to be interesting. This is the easiest way to get customers to engage with you. Always try to post relevant information to your customers. That's the biggest thing, is to make sure that it is relevant to them. Try to encourage interactions and engagement and utilize the contests because they really do work. And it's a great way to get organic sharing and organic advertising that way. Always use the social media advertising if you need to grow your exposure or you are trying to work on branding. It's very easy way to do that, and it will increase your likes and shares, comments, and just your overall consumer base very quickly, and you can set the price to be as big or as little as you would like. Always try to give the people what they want. Be interesting, keep it short, and you've got yourself a winning strategy. Thank you for watching my presentation. I hope it's been informative and I hope that you've learned a little bit about content curation and social engagement.